We're already out the seat, aren't we? I thought we pushed off.
Hey, every time you think, you weaken the nation.
Oh, well.
All right, we are here at episode 58 of the World of Skell. And we welcome anyone that's chosen to watch even 30 seconds of this D&D game. We all know there's much more entertaining games out there, except for you're not playing in them. So, since you're playing in this one, it's more fun.
Yeah. Yay.
So, a recap of the story so far. This group of adventurers has undergone a few changes, but the current makeup of the group consists of Peikel, Hammerhand, a dwarf of the Actually, he's a dwarf who was born and raised in Ravensbluff, much more north and east of where you currently are. And he runs a successful mining operation that he was able to create after a successful adventure into White Plume Mountain. And he's played by Clark. And we also have Sir Guy de Lance, a knight of the Republic of Saskrophonia. He is played by Jason. We have Vanessa, a half-ogre sister of the blend, stationed at the monastery of Black Rock Abbey, yes. She has devoted her life to the arts of healing and of taking care of people. Very, I guess you could say, I wouldn't necessarily say motherly, but I would say very concerned with the well-being of those around her, especially her companions. Not present is Brad, who plays Prince Bart of the second house of the Emerald Kingdom, the Northern Wood Elves. And he is an elf that has legitimately been in this campaign for probably at least 25 years, maybe more.
I was going to guess 30.
I couldn't tell you the exact. I know Brad started when he was hired to work with me down at the chopper. So Brad's fingers and storylines are well woven into the fabric of this continent for sure. However, he hasn't been where they're going now. And then we have Shadrach Fellthorn, also played by Jason, a druid of the Aslorian Circle. And he would be considered a more feral type of druid than some that maybe are in popular literature or other media types, if you will. Think of a true wild man, if you will. And then we have Boris Crump, a member of, and I don't remember if your the tribe had a name.
I did not give it one.
But he comes from an area on the continent where there's large swaths of plains and grasslands, and he has used that to his advantage. Can somebody mute their microphone, please?
They're in the garage.
I hear cats and someone shouting orders to somebody, so. Thank you, whoever that is. Well, now shit, no, okay, so. And Boris is looking for his sister, who apparently was taken by slavers. And so he ventured away from his moiety, the term for the clan, back where he's from, and is going to, he came of age and decided to try and find his sister. There's also Paco, the squire of Guy, who has undergone some informal promotions and is being referred to by some as a knight of the realm, but he has nowhere near done the extensive training needed to become a knight. But if his knighthood is based upon simple ceremony, then certainly he is a knight. And there's a UPS driver that is stopping, and I don't know what's being delivered. Anyway, and I think that is everybody. They have been attempting to stop slavers in the Republic. They have encountered beasts, and they have encountered a monster called Bazanagon, which was some type of creature that lives in the water with tentacles and could make illusions and control your mind. Very deadly creature, but they managed to defeat it. Oh, and there's a knock on my door, and I'm not going to answer it, so there you go. Because I'm in the upstairs.
You're not expecting a package.
I'm in the upstairs, and that is in the basement, and I'm not going to run all the way down there.
Cop says, I got your package.
They can just drop it. Somebody slash Daryl for me, please. Thank you. Jason, 10 experience. Okay. And they had recently sought to find passage to islands off the southern coast of the continent. They have done some checking around, trying to get information on these islands. They know that there are giants on these islands. They have put together some clues that the giants are working with a foreign invading army known as the Acarimans, who will come up on land and steal people, take them away as slaves, abduct them, what have you. This group has had some interactions with these Acharamans of varying degrees, some of combat and some of discussions. They have had a former members of their group who were Acharamans who had since left the group due to varying circumstances. And at the home of a mysterious pirate known as Donkey Dan, they got more answers. They removed a curse of this Donkey Dan, a human with a donkey's head. And it turned out it was actually Don Quixote, a somewhat infamous knight of the realm that had disappeared from public view many years ago. Turns out he was cursed by a witch who he was having in intimate relations or a simple relationship, and being a witch, he didn't want to make her mad and piss her off, and that's what he did, and she cursed him. And so they were able to lift the curse. The Vanessa was helped out by Shadrach and Pykel casting a spell, and after that there was a battle outside of the building where the forces, the followers of Donkey Dan apparently were defeated by the Acharamans who had come to this place. But before the group found out about that particular fight, they had a unique visitor walk right into Donkey Dan's main room, and much to the chagrin of several members of the group, that
Indeed.
Vanessa and Shadrach and Don Quixote, it turned out that Famez an ogress shaman slash witch slash sorceress slash whatever title you wish to put upon her, she, whether through admitting it or putting clues together, was responsible for the corn maze of death, was responsible for being Vanessa's mother after Famez had seduced a human and they had a child, and apparently was also a member of the witches' coven that tortured Shadrach in his teen years before he managed to escape their clutches. And Shadrach was also able to put together that the Caesar's golem was probably created by either Famez or the witches. And being an ogress, she talked about what her relationship was with the giants. And Don Quixote had explained how when the dragon was defeated, the power vacuum created an opportunity for the giants to regain their kingdom, if you will, that being the entire world. And since ogres are a distant relative of giants, that she hoped that Famez hoped that Vanessa, who she called Finesse, would join her in taking advantage of the opportunity that the giants would provide. And then there was a deal struck. Prince Bart wanted to meet with the leader of the giants, who at the time being is known as Caesar. And Faimez was inclined to listen to the offer, and the offer was put out there to, in exchange for the tribute that they had found, these giant coins of ancient make. And there was something else, I think, that was offered in exchange.
Defeating the death cult.
Faimez would try to secure a meeting with Caesar.
Oh, it was safe passage home. Back. That's what it was. The other thing.
So, we left off with the group getting on board the Akaraman warship, a 3-masted huge sailing ship, and heading south. The trip was supposedly going to be around 4 days, depending on weather and any other unforeseen circumstance. So, unless anyone has any edits or additions to the wrap-up, we can move forward. And hearing nothing from the Peanut Gallery, then we should begin episode 58. What is that?
That's the quiet monkey sound.
I guess that's better than the loud monkey sound.
Pum, pum, pum.
Alright, let's see. Oh, what is that? Nothing? Okay. Alright, let's see if I can find some,
So Vanessa would like to make the rounds and heal her friends.
sailing ship ambiance. Let's try it out. You know what? I don't see...
So I popped one out.
Yeah, shut up. You all were shown to your quarters first, and they're in the lower, pretty much the bottom of the ship, the lowest deck. Okay. And after that, then you all can do pretty much whatever. You were not given any necessarily, that's the wrong word. You were not given any specific instructions on where you could go or where you couldn't go. You were just shown to your quarters, and in case you're wondering, this is the lowest deck. At least I think it is. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Or would the lowest deck be the biggest deck on a ship?
No, the top one. The one with the ballista would be the top deck.
Well, that's on the other side, so that's... I know it's not those. These are the bottom three. Well, let me see if there's one that goes down any further. Nope. Then it's
Probably the most structure would be on the lower levels.
That's the middle. This one here. Let me see what you guys are looking at. Here, I'll switch that up. I'll switch that up so we can move over here.
Well, as everybody's claiming their hammock, Vanessa will travel about, because I don't remember exactly who was injured by the beast, but she'll start with Boris. And he says, yes, please.
Okay. Okay. So you guys, we'll just say for the time being, after you stow your stuff, you're kind of met up. And in the lower decks here, the light is coming from lamps. And they're just kind of every so often. So you don't have to worry about always constantly carrying a lamp.
Good. Are they suspended from a chain or something like that?
Yes.
Swinging about as the boat rocks?
Yeah.
Alright. So Vanessa will call upon her healing gods, and she casts Cure Serious on Boris. Let the blend bind your wounds, and I shall keep them clean and free of infection. 12 points. That feels so much better. And let's see, who else was up in the fray? Guy, were you injured? Vanessa will find you.
He's up in the crow's nest is pro.
You're on mute, Jason. I can see you're saying something, but I don't know what it is. Are you injured? Yeah.
He's like, I'm fine. Wrong character there, Clark. Oh, no shit.
And Pikel, were you injured in the battle?
No, I wasn't hit. I just fell through the thing.
And what about you, Paco?
I'm alright. It seems to be doing all the attacks on Shadrach. Hey!
He went up top, I think. I will find him momentarily. Let me see if Prince B was injured. I don't think he battled the beast. Not in close combat, anyway.
Oh.
And Boris, once receives the healing, he'll stow his gear and then go back up to the deck level. And he's going to spend some time observing the Acharamans and see how they use the boat, look out over the horizon.
Okay. What's
Keep
everybody
his eye out
else?
for Covidius at some point.
What's everybody else gonna do? Anybody? Yeah,
Shad's up on top of the highest point, just sitting there as a crow.
All right. Shadrach, roll me a charisma check, please.
Alright.
First roll of the night. Here we go.
27.
Oh, okay, cool. The guy that's up in the crow's nest, a somewhat swarthy-looking, shorter Acaraman with a full beard, and dark curly hair. He notices you, but he does not seem to care.
The feeling is mutual. If he tries to reach up at me or says anything to me, I might poop on him.
Hey, Jason, I want to test something. Pull the microphone down.
Oh, dang it. I forgot.
Oh, okay, yeah, you just sound better like that. That's all.
I'll keep it down when I just wear them to listen to music.
We can hear you, but you kind of sounded further away.
I get it, my bad. Can't you hear me now? Yes, unfortunately.
Sounded further away.
Uh-oh.
I get it.
Okay. There it goes. Well, it's not letting me do any kind of chat monkey, is it?
Well, at least we know Gradden's in the neighborhood. He's coming alongside.
Okay, so that's what Shadrach's doing. How about you, Pikel? Anything I need to know?
He's breaking out a bunch of ruins written on stones, and just lays out some paper and throws some dusty stone on him and throws them down, and he's casting divination, chanting and casting divination.
Okay.
And then I get the spell.
Alright. Let's see. Divination.
Wasn't that a Janet Jackson song?
We are the part of the divination. Woo!
I don't think so.
That's actually not a bad album, but that's just me.
She had a couple of hits on there.
A 4th level
That's a good one.
pre-spell, huh?
I can't remember the other one.
Is it fourth?
Yeah.
No, it's third on mine.
Yeah, hold on there.
What's going on?
Right. Divination, I think I've had it for a couple levels.
Divination is my minor, so I may or may not have it. I'll look at 3rd level and see if it's around in there somewhere.
It's the third on mine.
3rd on your, well, you're not a druid, so it may be different. I may not even have it.
I've got 4th level on yours, Clark.
Yeah, the book says 4.
Ooh, I have it at 3rd.
It's a 4th level pre-spell. You can't.
It says Shukenja.
It's it's clearly under third in mine on my list.
See, that's where mine is. It's 3rd level Shukenja.
Yeah, comp spell list thing isn't organized very well.
Okay. Well, then I won't cast that then.
Way to go, Clark.
Well, no,
It's Augury works similarly, and it's a lower level. It just has different requirements.
well, it's not specific or detailed either.
Hey, Brad.
I knew you'd make it, Brett.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, big technical difficulties. My phone is fucking up on me.
Alright, are you still casting it?
No, I can't. I already cast a 4th level spell. I only was the one slot.
Okay.
We got 4 days.
What's the captain?
So, Guy, what are you doing then, if anything?
Guy at some point is gonna discuss chivalry with he's gonna give like as you were talking about Paco not being well versed in the ways. I'm gonna give him some instruction.
Okay.
Like, to tell him what honor is and what it isn't. And to be shown what it's not to be shown.
Fuck, what is it, man? Fucking... Where is it? There. Okay. Alright, and last but not least, Brad. What is Bart doing, if anything, after getting on the ship and getting situated?
I really want to go talk to Solas real quick.
Are you saying Solath the king?
Yes.
Okay. Well, and how do you go about doing that?
We got a wizard mark in the quarters. Cast teleport without air to go back home. We use teleport without air to come back to the room of the ship.
Well, that certainly seems like a way.
I want to see what his views on the Giants and shit is, and what the situation with Blackout and all that was. And I just kind of want to run past him what's going on before I go and do something stupid.
And face the wrath of the king.
Fuck the king's wrath. I don't want to fucking anger any dragons. Put it that way.
Yeah. Did Bart take any damage? Vanessa was making the rounds doing healing. Do you need any healing,
No,
Prince B?
I've been unscathed in this whole deal.
Your missiles did great damage. I'm glad you were not harmed.
So, I guess I'll tell Michael that I'm going to go home for a couple days. That I'll be back, just say that I'm sick in the bottom decks or whatever, lower decks. Get sick, seasick or whatever.
Is it raining in Cedar Hill?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, it's not raining right now.
It's drizzling here in Stanton.
Yeah, it's drizzle. But car's wet. So now I'm back home.
Yeah.
Okay. So... Oh, wow. Oh, Clark's not there. I was just about to say, is there any actual conversation there? But Clark's not there. So,
Yeah, Clark took off.
He's there now.
okay, so
Michael.
I
there.
have earphones on, I can hear you.
Okay, so the scene is between Bart and Pikel in their quarters and below decks. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Michael, I'm going to have to go home for a couple of days.
You a good swimmer?
Ready to talk to the king. Huh?
I said, are you a good swimmer?
No, but I'm going to pop around. I think Solas needs to know what's going on before we go down here and take an ass out ourselves, these giants.
It's probably best. Maybe you can bring back some help or something to help out.
Maybe.
Does that king of yours have some magic weapons? Because we might need them.
Me?
Oh. Excuse me while I laugh.
The scale of magic weapons are hard to come by, huh?
I am the...
My characters that I'm playing right now have never seen one.
Okay.
Okay, so
Just let you know that I'm sick below deck. Don't let them know I'm off the roof, off the boat.
I won't.
If they ask where I am.
They'll believe it.
so Brad, do you want to
Yeah.
describe how you cast the spell, or would you like me to do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, Michael, you see Bart reach into his robe, and he gets out this tiny little pouch, about 1 inch by 1 inch, and he pulls it open, and he proceeds to like open it up and set it on the edge of the bed. And then he reaches in and pulls out a, looks like a feather, but you can see that there's a dark material in it, and you recognize it as that it's got ink in it. And he takes the other little pouch that he just pulls from his robe, and he sprinkles this sparkly dust into the first little pouch, and he dips his feather in there, and he starts to make a motion on the floor, and at first you don't see anything, but as he continues to mark on the floor, you see sort of a tiny faint little glow of this symbol that I assume that you do not recognize unless you can read the arcane language.
Arcane.
Yep.
And then as he looks like he finishes up, he kind of blows, and you see some of the dust or mineral or whatever it was that he sprinkled kind of roll but then fade. And then there's nothing there, and he proceeds to put the things away. And then he puts 1 foot on where he was riding, and he says, Alt Engelness Permanente. And then he takes his foot and he like draws it across the floor with kind of a smooth, very subtle, not like a scrape, but just a very soft drag. And then he kind of looks up at you and looks back and puts, then he
Audio went out.
He then looks over at you, Michael, and he says, Alt Engelmess Emeralde.
Emeralde yourself.
And he's gone.
Alright, Tycho takes his pack and some sacks on the floor and throw it on his bunk, and he'll throw the blanket over it, and he'll put a bucket by the bed. And I guess he'll go join me where the others are.
Okay. Bart, as you feel that familiar pull, and you are pulled into the realm between the here and the there.
Special effect.
And like a flash, all of the things that you saw while you were in the realm and in between, as quickly as your senses look out and see an infinite space of colors and rainbows and floating fiery castles and monsters the size of New York City, you suddenly feel yourself standing on the polished hard wood of Featherfall, the great city of the Emerald Kingdom. And where did you teleport to?
Teleported to the south side of court.
Okay. So it's been a while, but I'll refresh your memory on what you're looking at. So court is held almost at the very top of this tree, and it's as if the top of the tree itself has been molded, shaped, or modified to end up in a flat circle about 50 to 60 foot across, with a wrought iron covered in ivy and plants, a fence that goes in a circle all the way around. And there is, except for you remember that where you go in, there's gates and they're open with guards there wearing these very over exaggerated helmets that come to a point, and these leafy looking guards that cover the ears and the chin. And if these guards were startled or surprised by your sudden arrival, they do not appear to let that be known. But you notice that they do notice you, and in that unspoken language of the Emerald Kingdom that the elves have, there is a recognition, and there is almost an anticipation of like a child waiting on Christmas morning to open their present, and you realize that they're not necessarily fans of yours, because you have, whether it can actually be pinned on you or circumstance, you have put the court in danger in the past 50 years.
Oh yeah, sure.
So with the recognition that you have, their eyes signal to you that you are allowed to pass into the throne area, the court area, if you wish. You also recognize these two guards as Molly and Jesset, and that is the shortened version of their emerald names.
Yeah.
And whether you wish to acknowledge them or not is up to you. They seem like they are waiting for you to acknowledge them, as if they were people who were like,
I'll acknowledge him as if, whatever etiquette is.
well, you just give them the look. If you remember, the people of this kingdom have the ability to have almost an entire conversation just by facial expressions.
All right.
And they when you acknowledge them, you can see that they are gleeful. But it is highly doubtful that anyone not of this kingdom would be able to understand any or even notice the subtlety of the conversation.
Right.
And you stride on in, and in this large round area, there's it's like the pieces of the wood have been faded or altered to appear to give off like different shades of brown. It's been smoothed out entirely, and when you walk past the gate and get inside of the metallic fence, you realize that the inside of the metal is not covered with plants, and the greenish hue of the art is supposed to be reflective of the Emerald Kingdom's general artistic style. And the inside of the fence has there's the metal is, there's thin in places, but there's also large plates that have been pressed to look like large leaves off of this 1,000-foot tree that you're in. And when you walk in, there was like a slight, like a murmur, but it stops and people turn and look, and kind of leaning on the throne is the king. His crown is sitting on the seat of the throne as if he had set it there. There are more guards up there, but they appear to be it appears to be a very relaxed atmosphere. Those guards aren't at attention. And Solath gives you a look of, well, let's see. You got your die. Roll me a charisma check, Bart. Let's see. You're going to roll a d20 and add your charisma and tell me what you rolled.
What? 20.
Natural?
Natural.
Explode. Roll again.
4.
So that's 24 plus your charisma is what?
Forget my book now, hold on.
I got it here. Okay. So 37. Cling. Okay. So not quite the 40 that if you can get a total of 40 on any kind of check, basically what that means is you get to describe to me how you want that check to turn out. That's like you did so well that you get to be as cool as you want. So you were almost there. It's like you almost got the perfect reaction of everyone going, but not quite.
Right.
So, Solath walks over to you. He doesn't kick his crown, and he extends his hand out to greet you.
Huh?
You take it?
Yeah, I take it.
Okay. And he says, well, that answers one question. He's not dead. And one of the guards kind of laughs a little bit, and then whenever you laugh, then all the other ones kind of join in, and there's a general chuckiness going on there, and it kind of fades away. And Solath says, You there. Before the rumor and gossip begins, I want to get ahead of this. Tell everyone that His Royal Highness the Prince has returned. And then he looks at you and he says, in good health. But when he says that to you, his eyes say, in good health?
Yeah, for the most part. Right now, I got an issue I need to speak to you about.
He says, is this in private, or should we send for my sister at least?
Probably private, send for your sister, I guess. Probably need to have the three of us speak in private anyway. Has to do with the dragons and giants in the southern.
He says,
Southern
hold on. And so he goes to one of the other guards and he says, go summon Her Highness, Her Majesty, the Princess. And another one leaves, leaving you with Solath, and he says, so before we talk business, I know how you're in such a hurry, but I want you to see what I've been working on. And he walks over to the area that overlooks out over the river and into the neighboring southern kingdom. And you always, as like most would, you really enjoy the view that you can see from that high up with nothing to block your view. And just for a second, you can hear the sounds of elves going about their business and a couple of trees where the zip lines are, people are doing their thing, and you get the smell of like water that's being transported down the leaves and through the artificially, not artificially, but you know how Indians, to mark their territories and things, they would take a young tree and they would bend it and then it would grow up bent. So remember, that's kind of how your whole civilization works, is the trees are shaped and bent, mostly through natural means, sometimes by magical means, to do all the things that you need to do so that way you never need to leave your tree.
Right.
So he says, yes, it's a beautiful view. He says, but look at this. And he points to his left, and I don't know how you didn't notice it before, but you see a large, like a statue, and it appears as if someone is in the middle of creating a statue made from some type of dark, shiny rock, and it appears to be a like a man-sized version of what you remember Blackout to look like. And you think to yourself, yeah, that's I think the next time anybody sees Blackout, that's kind of the way it's going to look. Do you think to yourself? Based upon your spell research and your successful creation of a certain thing that you have.
Right.
And so as you all just kind of sit there in silence and you look out and you look at this thing and not really having much to say, your wife arrives with a couple of escorts, and she walks towards you and stops at about 10 foot away, and she says, Your Grace. And she smiles and does a elven curtsy. And she certainly has not aged a day in the past 15 years since you've been around. And in her eyes, she has the look of, you know, I've missed you and I can't wait to talk to you about all the things that you've missed, and, you know, that
Right.
she's giving you the conversation without saying anything in her eyes. It's kind of like when you have food and you have an animal that's hungry and it fucking sees that you have food and it's like, it's on you. But it knows that if it jumps on you that it's going to be punished, so it doesn't jump on you. That is the look that you're given. And she apparently is waiting for you to proceed to the next step of whatever you want to do here.
I want to discuss something with Celeste and you about the giants and the dragons down south. That's been a issue since Blackout's been taken out of the equation. I'm going to have to deal with. I just needed some, what do you say, guidance on how to approach this. If I can use the diplomatic way, or if I need to really fucking shoot me, I don't know. I want to clear with Solath first before I do it.
So Solath, who up until recently, and recently being since the incident with the dragon,
Right.
he had always sort of thought you never worthy of his sister's hand in marriage, much less.
Yeah,
He says, well, I must start with the obvious. What business is it of ours?
people being taken slaves down south because the pretty big situations we took Blackout out of the area and sent him north. He was keeping in check some giants that are enslaving everybody down south. And I'm not sure what to do with this. I mean, we're en route now to the giants, stronghold to speak to the game giants. But I don't know. I'm thinking we're stronger, but I don't know if it's going to work that way. I was just seeing if I could get some insight from you on how I can handle this.
Solath says, I haven't been outside of our kingdom ever.
I understand that. The thing is we took Blackout out of the south, and he was keeping the giants in check down there. And he was gaining tribute and things like that from villages down there. But when we removed him, these giants went ham and started enslaving everybody up the coast. And I feel obligated to go do something about it. It's partially my fault. I guess I'm just looking for your approval to do so. I don't know.
He
It
said,
just seemed like the thing to do comes back to you.
your Shalera looks at you and she says, dear husband, while you've been away, Solath has been a true friend. And he wondered if he was being naive about what our place is in this world. And specifically, if you were one that understood it more than him. And I told him that as the king, he is the shepherd of our kingdom. We must trust his judgment. But I also explained to him that you are like a force of nature. You cannot be contained. You are like the wind. If you seek to capture the wind, it will slip through your fingers. If you seek to make the wind go another direction, it will only continue to go in the direction that it wants. So the only thing you can do with the wind is either make sure everything is secure against the wind, or you can put things in front of it and make use of the wind. And from our vantage point here, high atop Featherfall, and with our eyes and ears that we have in the southern kingdoms, there is a new thing that we have seen. Something that uses the wind to make clothing and to grind their wheat, and it is what the humans call windmills. They actually mill the wind. And I explained to him that how can you hope to fit Bartholandus into any kind of plan when the 1 second the windmill would be there and the next it would be gone? And he says what she's trying to say is, once I learn to accept that there is nothing I can do other than have faith that you will do the right thing for our people, that I am just better off leaving you alone. And though a more immature me would be very angry at you leaving your wife alone for 15 years while you're off doing whatever it is that you're doing, I took her for her word, and I decided that you will not be contained. But I also must tell you now that I have no words of advice for you on this other than the dragon is gone, and for our people, that had to be done. If you're asking me if your choices have led to some other people's issues, I would tell you I would always make that choice because these are my people.
I agree.
But if you feel that you are responsible for the hard times that have befallen those people of the Southern Kingdoms, then by all means, you have my blessing. And even I understand that even that isn't really worth much.
Well, I'll try to represent it in the best way possible, put it that way. I just want to make sure I wasn't going to step on any toes by doing what I'm planning on doing.
The only thing that I would say is whatever you do, make sure it's in the best interest of us, of your family, of your kingdom. At some point, you may become king.
At which point I'll have to stay home, I know, I understand.
Or you would have to give up the throne and then it would go to the next in line. Perhaps an heir would be prudent, and you see Shalari shoot him a look of, please don't. But he intentionally does not look at her, and he keeps his gaze focused on you. So he says, when do you plan on this particular undertaking? Or are you...
Well, the ships that my companions are traveling on make landfall in 4 days. I plan on staying a couple of days here with Flared and catch up. Maybe spend a couple of days in court.
There's nothing here at court that is more important than whatever time you choose to spend with your wife. Just my opinion.
I'll leave you to it. We'll just catch up. Look at my wife.
Would you and your wife like to have dinner with me and be my guests?
It's always an honor to be your guest.
Very good. Then I assume you still remember the way to the dining limb?
Oh, yes.
Very good. Then
Unless you change that much.
we shall see you when the shrill wind beckons those. And he gives you the look of, our business here is concluded.
Cool.
So what do you do now? Go ahead.
I'll take off with my wife. We'll go catch up, I guess, for a little while, and then I'll spend a little time in my lab tonight. Continue to gather, and we'll go.
All
I'm
right.
gonna spend a day gathering scrolls and things I've got written here.
I would like you to make me a charisma check, please.
Okay. 4.
Plus 13 makes 17. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're pregnant.
Shalari makes it clear that she will be very disappointed if you do not visit her bedchambers this evening.
Well, of course.
And if you spend more time in this Tree City away from her than with her that will make her unhappy. So my question for you is, how much time do
Can you
you
hear me?
spend with her versus attempting to do things to accomplish your mission?
I spend more time with her than anything. I just gotta gather a few things there. I've already got pre-ready
Okay.
before I leave.
All right. So, we now shift to the ship. And Jason has his hand up.
Am I muted?
Well,
We can hear you.
I'll,
Oh, okay. I just had a quick question. Does the guy up in the crow's nest know that I'm the druid, or does he just know that it's a crow?
well, I guess there's no way of knowing unless you can read his mind. Like,
I mean, I flew up there, so he didn't see me climb up there as a person. So,
that's,
but I'll just leave it at that. He doesn't seem to be bothered by me up there, so that's fine.
okay. After a couple hours, he is swapped out with another guy. And this guy's thin and even shorter. Looks like he could blow away in a high wind. Thinning hair with a big nose. And I need you to roll me another charisma check, please.
19.
19, okay. He's like, go on, get it. Shh.
How much room is up there?
Oh, it's like about 6 foot across.
So more than one person could stand there?
Yeah.
All right, I'll change right in front of him. Be like,
Okay. He seems surprised.
I'm sorry to disturb you. I'll leave.
Make me another charisma check. Make me another charisma check, please.
What the hell? That was a natural 20.
Explode.
Oh, from all the times I needed this. And blah. It's only 23.
Plus your
I'm adding
charisma.
something to it. Oh, I added the 20. So, 43.
No, your charisma is not 20.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, it's 15 then. Plus 20 plus 15, 35.
Now you said you got a natural 20, right? And then you followed it up with
And
a
I'm only
3.
getting 23.
Plus your charisma makes 38.
Oh, okay.
All right, so he's like,
I'll take it.
he is in awe at first, and then he's like, "Hey, wait! Are you the druid?"
I am a druid.
He says, "You wouldn't be the druid that Covidius knows, would you?"
Yes, that's me.
And then you see
My name is Shadrach.
he gets this sour look on
And I
his
bow to it.
he gets this sour look on his face, as if his entire demeanor switches from awe to almost a seething hatred. And he's like, "Yeah, well, I gotta be on the lookout now. Goodbye."
I climb down.
All right, and where do you go?
I am the druid. What time of day is it? Is it getting towards nighttime yet? Is it nighttime?
The sun is setting. It's like reflecting off the ocean as you look. So Not quite.
I'll stay on deck because I'm going to watch the weather. That's basically what I'm doing.
All right.
I'm not going to talk to anybody unless they talk to me.
Okay. Does anyone have anything now they want to do before it's chow time? You are all told that they will ring the dinner bell and everyone will meet in the mess hall for food. All right, hearing nothing, then you kind of pity-patter around the ship until clang, 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 and you see most everyone except for a few guys start to head below decks, and everyone files into the mess hall. And on this ship here, I don't know if they had they got the kitchen there, so they kind of set up tables in here. And everyone is given a bowl and a wooden spoon, and you go through the chow line and you get your bowl of we'll just call it slop, unless you don't wish to participate. So is there anyone that does not participate in the chow line?
Shad will eat with everybody else, but I'm going to eat my own stuff.
Okay, what do you have?
A good berry.
Okay. So, do you guys...
And I get one quick question. When we came down to eat, how many people stayed up on deck that I could see?
Well, it's a large ship, and there's sides to this thing, so unless you were to walk around and purposely count everybody, you could guess maybe 10.
Okay, I was going to say probably about 10. All right.
Okay, so you guys are all sitting there at the table and you're eating your food, and there's a low hum of talking amongst the Acaramans. Do you guys have anything you want to talk about, or do you sit there in silence and eat? Well, the silence from amongst yourselves, I should say. Daryl has his hand up.
Shadrach, Vanessa says, were you injured in the battle?
I'm all right.
Are you sure? He pummeled you pretty hard.
I'm fine. Whenever I change my shape, I heal.
Ah, yes.
This is quite the pickle we got ourselves into.
I'm not sure what to expect.
Where's Bartolansis? Gone again?
You know those elves, they can't stand the ship. He's down there puking.
Oh boy. He should have come up on deck, got his sea legs.
I think they more have tree legs or something like that.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
He's like, oh, Shorty's got jokes.
I like tree legs, that's a good one.
It's hard to upset a dwarf's stomach.
Well, considering how ugly your women are, that's no surprise.
Hey, my mom had a prettier beard than yours.
Oh, I imagine so. And he smiles and bows. Gives an elbow to Boris. Yeah, those women have beards. Ugh.
I've never seen a dwarf woman.
I
Maybe I
need-
have.
I need everyone... I need everyone to make a charisma check, please. And
Everyone.
Oh,
except for Bart, who's not there.
Yeah.
So I will ask for results, and we'll just start On the top left of the screen here, Pikel.
1 sec.
That is a success. And then we go over to Boris.
16.
And then we go to Guy.
He got a 33.
And then we go to Vanessa.
12.
And then we go to Shadrach.
18.
Oh, nice. That is a group failure.
Alright.
I would also... So who got the 12? Was that Boris?
Vanessa.
Vanessa, okay.
Oh, I didn't actually realize it. 1 sec.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what he said, and the guy was like, okay.
I thought he said...
I didn't know what
I
number
thought
he
he
said.
said 23.
No, I said 1 sec. I was answering a text message. Alright, where's my dice?
All right, well, we're going to move along if you don't have... It was a success, so...
Move along.
If you, unless you want to take a chance to roll natural 1, that's up to you.
Yeah, go ahead. I got 5 of my dice.
There we go. So, I need Vanessa, Boris, and Shadrach to roll another charisma check, please. And then we'll start with Boris.
Natural 20.
Oh, explode.
Let's put a 16 on that, plus my charisma. That's 50? Yeah, 36 plus 14 is 50.
All right. And then let's go to Shadrach.
Chad rolled a 1.
Oh no! Implode! Roll again!
Boom.
Yeah, I went from a 20 to a 1. And I rolled a 3.
Okay, that's going to be hard to beat. Okay. And then we go to Finesse. We go to Finesse.
She got a 19 this time.
Okay, Shadrach is the winner, and I can't believe that worked out that way, but that's awesome. So,
Because I'm the druid.
well, you're about to find out. Matter of fact, I need to pee before we begin this.
Shouldn't have had so many of them Dr. Peppers.
Yeah,
So we went
down to join the group and eat, and this happens. I kept away for a reason.
Yeah. I'm guessing they don't like us. I don't much like them either.
He says, they're a bunch of the stupid sailors. And he looks over at Paco and says, they have no honor, Paco. Just remember that.
You know how you separate the men from the boys in Ekarama?
Crowbar.
That's right.
Come on, Boris.
He looms tall over the Ekaramans. Well, I guess they're not all elves like kind of Lingus. I mean,
I think they're all humans.
fucking, what's his, Covidius.
Yeah.
He's a short little guy trying to be tough all the time.
I mean,
Who
how tall
else
is
thinks
Boris?
he's strong?
He is
He's
6'2".
6'4".
Yeah, he is 6'2". Shad is 6 feet. In fact, Shad is heavier
6'4",
than
Boris.
I think Shad is like 8 pounds heavier than Guy, which I think it should be the other way around.
Boris is tall and lean,
And of course, Finesse is what, 9 feet tall?
7.5,
Oh, okay.
250. So she's kind of, yeah, for that tall, she's kind of lean.
So both Guy and Chad are both, because, Guy's 6'2" and 188 pounds or something. It's like, that's not very, he's pretty slim. But it's all muscle. I don't have a huge strength either. Guy's big thing is dexterity and charisma. For riding horses,
Yeah.
and commanding peasants. I knew there was going to be a brawl. I just knew it.
I would like all of you to make perception checks, please.
Oh no. Oh,
I ain't too bad for... All right. Come on, Guy.
Is that D20 plus intelligence or plus wisdom or?
D30.
He's 30.
Somebody roll 30.
I had to write down my scores first.
Yeah, I better do that. I remember them, but I might forget in a...
All right, I'm going to roll a D30 for you, Pikel. 21.
Plus your intelligence.
Plus 18.
Woo, you're smart.
Heck yeah, he's an engineer, man.
That makes sense.
All right, so Pikel, you got a 39. That is a success. Vanessa,
14.
that is a failure. Boris,
10.
that is a failure.
God.
Shadrach,
35.
that is a success. Guy,
12.
that is a failure. All right. So, Pikel and Shadrach, you
I'm
notice
still
that
listening.
there are Acarimans looking at you. And Pikel, you notice it too, that they're all looking at Shadrach. Not all of them, but a couple of them, and they're kind of in close talking to each other, and you can see one of them makes a motion like this, and the one like look back and eyes get real wide and then look over at Shadrach.
Who's nibbling a berry.
And you
How am I get right next to Shad? Where's Shad in relation to me, okay?
Yeah, let's put ourselves on how are we sitting on the side by side here? What's going on?
it's not that important, we don't need to do that.
Okay.
And you notice the guy from the crow's nest is down there, and he's pointing at you, Shadrach. And then when he notices that you look over at him, he kind of turns away and starts talking to the guy next to him. And it's become obvious that there's someone at your table, maybe you, that has attracted the attention of these sailors.
Was that a stabby looking hand motion?
Shadrach says to Pikel, this isn't your fight. I don't expect you to have to put up with this.
Oh,
I have a reputation with these people. I've killed a lot of them. I just want you to know that.
Well, it looks like it got better.
Chad actually grins at that.
Well,
But their quarrel is with me, and all the rest of you is guilt by association.
So
The others obviously don't seem to care because Guy and Boris are laughing over something about Acarim dirty jokes.
Vanessa's wondering what's in this stew.
you see,
Mystery me.
Shadrach, you see an obvious member of the Acaraman army, battle-scarred, physically fit, wide in the shoulder. dark-skinned. He gets up and he just walks right over to you.
I'll stand as he's walking towards me.
And as you stand, a lot of the conversations start to hush amongst all of the people in the hold. And Daryl had his hand up.
Boris also stands in a defensive posture.
Well, Boris didn't make his perception check, so he's not aware.
When the guy steps over, he will react. In surprise, I guess.
Oh, let me know if Boris actually reacts.
All right, so he's. Go ahead, Pike.
Pike will ready a nice heavy blunt object. Kind of, keep it on the table and ready to smack a dude's knees out if he has to.
What object would that be?
I don't know what's on the table.
Bowls and spoons.
Oh my.
What kind of chairs are there? Or is it a bench?
Well,
There you go.
They're benches.
Yeah, I figured you were sitting on benches. Loose furniture on a boat is not a good idea.
I'll just be ready to fist fight if I have to.
Okay. So the guy walks over and he stops.
How close does he get to me?
He
Arm's length?
where you're sitting, he's kind of like right on Guy's left. So as Guy and Boris are like yakking it up, and as you guys said, he's just standing there looking at you, and so you stand up and nobody thinks anything about it.
I show open hands as well.
And then he looks around at the table and looks at everyone there, and then his eyes linger on Vanessa. And then he kind of
You have something to say to me?
stops short and he says, "Ubla Costa, Mojasta," and points at Vanessa and turns and leaves. At which point, Guy, you're kind of like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And as this guy was
Hey.
right next to you and you didn't notice it, and by the time you turn around, he's like heading off already.
Has he bumped into me or anything?
No, he's on.
Okay.
The table is set up to where he was on Guy's left,
Okay.
and you're like at the edge of on the end of the table.
What the hell was that? Did I miss some bread rolls or something?
Yes, Daryl.
Boris moves to to Shadrach, says, "Are you okay?" What did he say?
I don't know. I believe he said something insulting about Sister Vanessa. I can't
I'm giving him,
but
Boris be eyeballing the guy now, but he'll sit back down.
Okay.
he had a grudge with me, not with you.
Coming down the steps right behind your table, and the way it's kind of set up is Guy and Boris and Paco are can see it's Covidius, and he comes over to the table and he's like, "Yeah, I thought that might be an issue. You need me to go talk to that guy?"
No. I just want to know what he said.
He said,
Ask him that.
"You will pay for what you did to the ship."
I smile at him. Of course I will. If he has something he wishes to settle with me in person, tell him that I'm willing to meet him.
He says, are you sure about that?
If he wants to discuss something with me, that's fine. If he wishes to do some kind of archaic Mortal Kombat ritual, I'm not going to jeopardize our mission over something like that. If we're going to be in danger for this entire journey, then I think now might be the time to settle.
He says, you're probably going to be in danger the entire journey. There was a lot of good men that died there. And yes, though I was
and you
a part...
helped kill them.
I was, but none of these fuckers are going to come at me. You?
Then I call on your protection until we reach the shore.
Yeah, no. Those ties are severed.
Exactly. I just needed to hear it from you.
Oh, I got no problem with telling you what I think.
I know. Are we done here?
It must be hard being so short and acting tough all the time.
Boris, no.
Boris, make me a charisma check, please. With disadvantage.
He's given. Come on, Boris. Go get him.
Oh, a 2. So that gives me a 16.
Oh, it's
Okay.
going to be fun.
So, Covidia says, you talk a lot for a fucking idiot. He says, but if you want your ass whipped, let's do it right now.
I'd rather do it where the air is fresh.
Well, maybe you ought to not run your fucking mouth in places where you don't feel comfortable. And he goes to punch you. Roll.
Oh, wait a minute.
And no one is surprised. So I need actions. And we'll start with who's closest to Covidius, and that would be Vanessa.
Oh.
Stop this! Bartlett.
Let me switch over here so you guys can... Because you couldn't fucking keep your mouth shut, so now we gotta go to the map.
It's the map.
It's the map, it's the map, it's the map, it's the map.
I couldn't remember how the song went exactly, but I knew someone would.
If it's a fight you're gonna get when you're talking shit, it's the map.
So...
You wait there, Brad?
Yeah.
He's in the treetops.
Yeah, I'll bet.
He's in the
Didn't find
treetops!
him.
Oh! Oh, let's see. Let's,
On the mark.
I need to put this guy on a base.
Coffin.
Or a coffin, sure.
It occurred to me earlier, Cobb, when you showed the map, that the smaller portion of the boat would be the lower level. That seems like it would make sense.
You know, I probably should just Google it and find out.
It's the smaller areas of the boats, the very bottom areas of the boats were usually storage and like...
Yeah, that's going to be the smallest pointed area.
Yeah, the livestock and the storage and the...
Mm-hmm.
Alright, there we go. Alright, so...
That,
Okay. Pykel, do you have an action?
I guess I would be looking for other people jumping in the fight. That fight's between them two, honorably, I suppose. So I'd be looking for other people that are going to jump into the fight.
So your action is to look?
To ready in action to fight other people getting involved.
So your action is...
Ready to action.
And what's the trigger?
If any other Acramians started getting a fight, I'll attack them.
Okay. And then... Shadrach.
I'm shape-shifting.
Alright. And then... Boris.
I am activating my,
Wonder Twin powers? Oh.
yes, no, my dexterous maneuvering in order to lower my armor class. What is it called? Berserk. It's my form of the berserker thing.
You do your dance, your dervish dance.
Yeah, the barbarian thing. I'm looking at my paper and I can't see.
You did that the last time. You did that, in fact, when we got surrounded by the
Battle
Acramians.
Frenzy. Battle Frenzy, it's called. I knew it had a term.
You were leaping in the air and spinning around and...
Exactly. So I start moving to avoid his attack. And then I attack as well.
Guy.
Guy is going to, if anybody makes a move towards Boris, other than Covidius, or if anybody moves at Shad, I will move to intercept them. That's my trigger.
Alright, roll initiative, Boris. Beat an 8.
It's a simultaneous monkey.
Uh-oh.
On that note, I'll snort some coke.
Daryl, roll a D20.
I don't like coke.
Beat an 8.
2.
Okay, this happens to Covidius. Reinforcement. No. Oh.
It can happen.
I know, and it's so easily here.
Okay. Alright, so you don't know what it is yet, but it's a thing. Alright, so the
You've got female. I had a thing way back in the day when I got my first computer. I altered it to say, "You're not male." Like, hey man, you're not male. What? Let's just sink this ship right now. Fuck it, all right? Let's get on a raft and I can blow the wind and get us somewhere. The hell with these Acramians. I already hate these people. He has zero respect for them.
It's been eating at Boris, too.
And Chad knows what they are. So.
Alright, so simultaneous monkey. So Daryl, make a dexterity check to see if your frenzy activates.
That is a 30.
Ding, ding, ding.
You made the check on a D20, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rolled a 13,
All right.
17 dex.
So
30.
you have a -3 to your armor class for however long it says there.
I can go 15 rounds.
All right.
Wow.
So, what are you attacking with?
Fist.
All right. So it's simultaneous sloogie. Are you going to move to
Yes.
attempt to get within melee range of this individual?
Oh, I thought he was punching me. I just assumed he was
He
right in
is.
front of me.
No, he is behind Vanessa Pike.
You said he was punching him.
Yeah.
You did.
Let me finish my
Okay,
explanation, please. So the way it's laid out is Pikel and Vanessa and Shadrach are on one side of the table, and then the other side is Guy, Boris, and Paco. And Ovidius came down steps there behind Vanessa. So he's...
Yes, I will move to engage as I begin whirling.
Alright, so you guys both move over to the side where Pikel and Paco are. And you hear some of the Acharamans like, oh, Gug, Gug! And several of them come up and they look like they're going to attempt to move the table out of the way. So you can decide if you want to try to block them from moving the table, or if you want them to pull the table over you and knock you over, if you're just going to sit still, or whatever, the other characters. But as for right now, this is all happening at the same time. So Boris and Covidius move over and they both throw a punch. So roll an attack. Covidius.
The duster.
I hit a -1.
He's tough, Daryl. You know he.
I know. Daryl knows, but Boris doesn't. He's just a shrimpy little elf who thinks he's tough.
Okay, let's
He's a
see.
trader. I thought he had things for sale. They said he was the trader. And then
Okay.
it comes down here wanting to fight.
Maybe he's got some knuckle sandwiches for sale.
All right.
I'm
Boris,
hungry.
Boris, are you...
Yeah.
Boris, you don't wear any armor if I remember correct. Is that correct?
That is correct. I wear loincloth. My
Okay.
AC is 7 naturally, minus the 3 for my battle frenzy. I am a 4.
Okay. So Covidius is not wearing his armor. You need to hit an armor class of 6.
That is a hit then.
Okay.
I hit a -1 this
He
time.
hit an armor class of -5. I think. Yeah, -5. So, both of you do a D2 plus your strength. So, you, Boris takes 6 points of damage. This is all brawling, so just make a note of that. And how much did you
Okay.
do? How much does Boris do?
I deal 5 points.
Ouch. Come on, Boris.
Okay? And then the Acharamans start to pull the table out of the way. What do the characters who are at the table do? We'll start with whoever's closest. That would be closest to where the Acharamans are pulling. So that would be Shadrach and Guy.
Does anybody move into a square next to Boris or Shadrach that's not Covidius?
Well,
If
Shadrach,
they move
you're
the
on-
table, do they? Okay.
let me talk. Shadrach is on the opposite side of where the fight's going on now. So, and Boris has moved away from the table and gone off to the left side where Pikel and Paco are closest. If you can't see the map on your screen, then there's not much I can
We have
do.
small screens, man.
Yeah, so there's...
I know.
Do you have, in the interest of making the game better, do you have your cell phone that you can sit right on the table with the miniatures and show us that view by any chance, or the laptop? camera that you used?
The
in
laptop
past?
camera sucks. It's terrible.
I keep trying to manage my thing.
I will take a
Yeah,
picture.
We can't zoom in on the map.
I will take a picture because...
Now that we can zoom in on.
Yes.
I think this is the one, isn't it?
I'll just say it right now. Guy is going to stop these people from moving the table. Get away!
Okay, let's take a picture here. No, not that one. That one.
Oh my God.
So you guys moved around here, so this is where you guys are fighting.
Sorry.
Okay,
I'll mute.
there we go. And in between, the table isn't there, but there's a table there. All right,
Vanessa speaking in a calm voice.
so I just sent it.
I'm looking right now.
So if you look at it, on the bottom, there's Covidius is on the right and Boris is on the left. And then that's where the table would start there with Pykel on the right and Paco on the left. Pykel's got the yellow hood. And then Vanessa's in the middle there. And then on the far side then are Shadrach and Guy.
So Guy's got the sword in the air.
Nope, that's Shadrach.
Oh. Shadrach has the yellow mantle.
Nope, that's Pykel.
The hood you said was Pykel.
Oh, I see. I'm my bad, Jason. Yes, Guy has the yellow mantle. Correct.
That's Guy with the yellow mantle. Okay.
And the spear.
Yeah. Okay. I see that now. All right. And Shad is the guy with the sword in the air.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Who's blue and white? Is that Pykel? That's Paco.
Paco, yeah.
Okay. Out of the way, Paco. Get back.
Okay, so now I need both Boris and Covidius to make opposed strength rolls. So we'll start with this roll will be for Boris. So roll.
Add my strength.
Yes.
3674.
Okay. So Boris is not knocked down. Now we roll for Covidius. Do the same thing.
Oh. 39.
Okay. So you won both of those opposed checks. So Covidius gets knocked down with a punch.
Bruce.
Sure, that's your present.
And
Boom. Good shot.
that and at the same time that goes on, the Acharamans are pulling the table out of the way to create a space, and several of them are getting up and circle here. What do the rest of you do?
Okay.
And we'll start with
Go ahead, Michael.
TV.
Oh, okay.
What's going on? Are we getting a circle around us?
And they're pulling the table.
I will parlay with the circling crowd.
That's what Vanessa is doing as well. Parlay.
Go ahead, Vanessa.
So she's going to use the soothing word. Everyone, just calm down. There's a long trip ahead of us. There's no need to start this violence. Relax. She uses her soothing word to attempt to defuse the situation.
Do you know if they need to understand what she's saying for it to work?
I have limited information on my sheet. You may be right, but it says that it's in the Designing Faiths chapter. It has the details of it. I think I can do it 3 times a day, where the laying on hand is only once a day.
Ooh.
Like a paladin. I think, if I remember when I used it on the bandits, that they did speak the southern tongue that I was using. I don't think it translates, but you will have to tell me.
Alright. Let's see. We're getting
And
there.
if Michael's saying, fuck you, dirty Raymond bastards, while I'm saying it, I don't know if that has any... He's using his antagonistic word, priest ability.
No, he wasn't doing it.
Congratulations, Vanessa. You made all the group calm and we get our asses kicked. I don't really want to fight, guys. Ow!
Not so hard.
So hard! Why you be so mean?
Knock on the door.
I will be back momentarily.
Why must you all be so mean?
Shut up and fuck your wife.
Don't make a baby, man.
You're like having sex with your wife while you're like reading scrolls and shit. Just a minute, babe. You're right with you. Oh, that's not how you say it. Damn.
Okay, so it doesn't say anything about, but I'm going to go with the common sense approach, which would be, how can someone who doesn't speak your language be soothed by words that they don't understand? So, but I will allow Vanessa to use the full array of her communication skills, and you can make me a charisma check at disadvantage to see if a soothing word from a person speaking a different language can affect these people.
I mean, they could like at least get the gist of what she's saying.
Well, that's why I'm just allowing a roll at all.
She's obviously not cussing them, and if she is, it's really good.
Well, they don't know. They don't know what she's saying, so.
I get it. True, I get it. But I mean, I can listen to people here that only speak Spanish, and I get the gist of their emotion. So
Hey, hello.
I know if they're mad or not. I know if they're trying to be friendly or not.
Daryl, did you hear any what I said?
I was out of the room, I'm sorry.
All right. I would like you to make a charisma check at disadvantage because they do not understand your words. But I'm going to say that your attempt at communication can still have the small chance of success.
My friendly, peaceful demeanor.
Yes, because communicating is about the whole package.
I rolled a 12 with the disadvantage.
And that is a total?
Charisma check, you said?
Yes.
18.
Okay. So you, as they're starting to, get interested and they pull the table and you're like, calm down, you got your hands out and you got this look on your face and what they hear is blah, 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 blah. And there's like two guys that are like, and then there's a punch thrown and they're like, yeah! And I'll do it. You're just kind of shouted down and you're like, I'll do it. All right. So, and then at the end of the round, Pikel said that you were going to try to do something.
Oh, I was just going to say, hey, this is between those two. And just kind of keep everybody out of the fight. Make sure they weren't trying to get involved.
Most everyone seems more interested in watching instead of getting involved.
All right, that's all I was trying to do.
And then Jason has his hand up.
Remember, I was shape-shifting. I wanted to ask if I could duck under the table and shape-shift. I'm going to come out the side of the table as something else. That's my dramatic plan.
Sure.
If anybody looks, they see Shad duck under the table. What they see come out from the other side of the table is a skunk about the size of a sheepdog.
Well, not yet, unfortunately, because
Okay.
you can't...
Well, come on, I shape-shift at a certain speed, and you're putting me at the end of the round here. So, what's up with that?
Well, you can move and you can do an action, or you can do an action and then move at the end of the round. So, if you move under the table and then you do your action.
Oh, that's fine.
That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just trying to be dramatic here.
So, and Covidius has already moved this round, so he cannot stand up until next round. So now there is a circle of Acaramans, and they're all like cheering on. You assume they're cheering on Covidius. You don't really understand them. And we go to round number 2. Actions. Boris.
I'm jumping on top. Grapple.
Okay.
Attack.
Pikel.
Just keep it, make sure no one else gets involved.
Vanessa.
She is flabbergasted and again shouts out, "Calm down, everyone stop!" as she backs toward the stairs.
Okay. Interesting. Shadrach.
I'll emerge from the other side of the table, and I'm going to spray the room.
And Guy.
Guy is going to muscle his way into the circle and be like, "Go! Go, Boris! Beat his ass!"
All right. Boris, roll initiative. Beat it 2.
4.
All right. So as you get ready to hop onto the grapple, Covidius does this kip up boop, boop, and stands up in the square, and that takes 2 squares, and then he's gonna try to punch you again. And he hits an armor class of 10. That is a miss. All right.
I punch him.
All right. Roll the hit. Roll an attack, I mean.
Oh, not so good. I hit a 7.
All right. You, Covidius, on his turn,
right?
he swings and his you dodge completely. He whiffs, and then you come back with a counter strike with your left, and he manages to put up his left hand and bats your hand away. Doo-doo! And you're standing there. Meanwhile, Shadrach.
Like I said, a skunk about the size of a average-sized dog waddles out from underneath the table and puts his tail up in the air, and I spray whoever's closest. I just spray right.
Okay, who are you spraying?
They're a woodland animal, and they're only medium-sized. So, but that's still a giant skunk.
I think skunks are small, aren't they?
No, they're giant skunk.
You can only be a natural occurring. You can't be a giant form of any creature.
I can be a giant constrictor snake.
You read your character sheet again, man.
A bear. I can be anything up to medium size.
Yeah, but you have to be the natural version of it.
I'm a big fat skunk. That's fine. I'm a big fat skunk.
And who are you spraying?
Is Covidius laying on the ground?
No.
I'm going to spray Covidius.
Okay, you're going to have to move over there.
I will waddle. These people are going to see a skunk waddling in the middle of all this. I hope that there's some kind of a check for that. Because if I was in a room full of people and a skunk appeared, I would probably be heading for the door.
Jason, you're getting a little DMy on me. You tell me what happens and I'll listen to you.
Okay, I'm just going to come out and spray the closest person to me.
Well, the closest person to you would be Paco or Guy.
Oh, God Christ.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. No, the closest person to you would be... You can... If you want to walk towards Covidius, you can get there. I don't know why you would say closest if you want to be specific.
Yeah, okay. I'm just going to waddle towards Covidius. Just right into the middle of the circle. Just waddle right out there in the middle of them.
All right.
That seems like the best thing to do.
So...
My bad. I wasn't trying to be overpowering there. I just thought the effect of a skunk would be kind of fun.
Well, here's the thing. You came out, you went under the table. Except as you're there, the table's being removed. So as the table's pulled away,
there's a skunk.
As the table's pulled away, there's a skunk there, and several guys are like, "Get that thing!" And they kind of freak out, and they pull the table back and go, "Whoa!" So there's a lot of attention going on here. So you move, and as Pikel and Finessa look down, they see a skunk there, and the skunk goes right in front of Pikel and turns around and goes. So I'm trying to decide if this is ass breath weapon or a roll to hit.
I'm pretty sure the skunk has that attack form. If you look at the skunk, the regular skunk creature, it has like the spray. I think it just causes nausea or something like that. And if it sticks to you, you got to wash it off. I'm just
tomato paste.
I'll break this fight up real quick. Skunk!
Yeah, that's...
I assume I can remember what a skunk is. If not, they're going to find out.
It's a sacred creature that they hold dear above all else.
It's a sacred creature.
They call them mother.
Oh, mother skunk.
All right.
Give us your fuck.
All right. Okay. Covidius rolls a 17. That is a save on ass weapon. So the spray kind of goes out, and he you hear him go, "What the fuck?" And as you spray, he kind of jumps out of the square and manages to avoid the skunk squirt before resuming his position. And now there's all these guys looking around, And at the end of the round, some of them are going to change their action and maybe do something about this strange thing that suddenly appeared on the ship. Meanwhile, Vanessa, you start to back up and you're like, hey, watch out, when you feel a hand on your arm and you get pulled forcefully up the steps, and it's your mom. It's Faimez, and she says, you have no business being there.
Well, they're fighting. You gotta stop them.
That's what they do. Let them punch themselves out. You can't hope to stop them. And she says, come with me. Or you
And I
could...
do.
Okay.
I turn to her and I wholeheartedly begin to step up the stairs.
And you follow her for up to the next layer, and she takes you over to, and you probably can't see it, but there is...
I can hear you fine.
There is... Alright. This room right over here.
Okay.
And she says, spending time with those men, it looks bad.
But I was just having dinner.
Why would you stay when they're acting like that?
I was hoping to calm them down and avoid conflict.
Is this what they taught you at the monastery?
Of course. You know these people far better than I do. These Acharamans and their strange religion.
It's
I don't understand it.
It's not religion that makes them act this way. It's who they are. All the humans are like that. All those lower races. This is why they should serve and know their place.
But the humans of the blend are peaceful. We don't condone violence. Not one description fits all of them. Just like I'm sure that not all of the Acharamans are assholes. Just most of them.
Are you willing to take the chance that the one that you entrust will be different? That is a way to get killed.
I know that you know much more than I do, Mother. You've been here many years experiencing this culture, while I've been sequestered, let's say, at the monastery studying. And I'm sure there are many things that you could teach me.
If you truly feel that way, then you should stay with me on this journey and not spend any time amongst these men.
I would enjoy the time to spend with you and perhaps understand things a little better. Have you got anything to eat?
Of course. Rank has its privileges. she says, whilst they're all fighting amongst themselves, gather any of your possessions that you brought that you don't wish to have stolen and bring them back to my quarters.
I will return shortly.
And is that what you do?
Yes, I will go and retrieve my things.
Okay. So, at the end of the round, there's suddenly a little animal running around on the floor of this ship. And several of the Akaramans are going to try to kill it. So, one Akaraman moves forward, and it's right next to Pikel, and it looks like it's going to try to grab the skunk.
I'll knock him. I'll try to intervene if I can.
All right. So he moves up, and you can. In what fashion do you attempt to intervene?
So he's reaching out to bend down to hip to grab the skunk. I'll hip check his arms out of the way.
All right. So you're trying to block. That's fine. So, this can be resolved like a block, and you will roll an attack roll. And I will roll an attack roll. So what armor class did you hit?
I don't know what attack it is off the top of my head. I rolled a 19,
on the
which is
left
pretty
of your
good.
sheet.
I have a tackle of at least 16, I
Your
think.
melee tackle, Pikel, is 16. So you hit. This guy missed horribly. So as he reaches down, you say, "Dook, dook," and you block his attempt. And he's momentarily kind of thrown off, and as he looks at you, and
I don't want to touch that stinky bastard.
I would like the skunk and Pikel to both make charisma checks, please.
Esther tried to back.
And I need totals. So Pikel, what's your total?
20.
And what is the skunk's total?
What am I rolling plus my d20?
Charisma.
Oh, 28.
Okay. Yeah, this guy seems to forget about the skunk and gets mad at you, Pikel. So he's gonna square up with you, apparently.
All right.
And there's so no one else can fit in there right now. So Daryl's got his hand up.
Does Boris get 2 attacks per round in a melee situation, or 2 every 3, or is that just with the specialized weapon?
Just with the specialized weapon. I think
Okay.
warriors get 3 attacks every 2 rounds. I will, if I remember correctly, I think it's 7th level, but let's see.
If that's the case, then I am there.
Let me see.
That's on his spear. He gets 3 every 2, and he's not specialized with that. It's the boomerang he's specialized.
Yeah, I should get 2 with the boomerang every turn.
Warrior melee attacks per round, 7 through 12, 3 every 2. So,
Okay, so I get 2 this round.
And so does Covidius.
I figured.
And he won initiative, so he will, he does this thing where he jukes to the left and feints, and then he actually throws a kick up at your neck. And he hits an armor class of 4.
That is a hit.
That is a hit. Okay, so I wasn't a called shot. I was just doing flavor text there. So D2 plus 1 plus 5 equals 6 points of brawling damage. And both of you do perform strength checks. He got a total of 31.
Natural 20.
So you could roll again, but it's not going to cause you to stand any more than already standing. So
it's just cool.
But you can roll a 20 just to see if you can get above 40, and then you can tell me how you're not knocked down.
That didn't happen.
Okay.
But I am going to take a swing.
All right. You roll an attack.
That hits a -5.
That's a hit. Roll Denkus.
D2 plus 3 is 5.
Another 5. Okay. And then opposed strength roll. He got a 34 and some change.
32.
All right. He remains standing, so you both trade blows. And now you're kind of up close, like doing a lot of this. And standing around, and you've squared off, and none of you has decided to close yet to take the fight to the ground. And you see Covidius kind of wipe his chin, and he's like, "Oh, you're not so much of a pussy after all. Good to know." And then Pikel and the guy that you're squaring off with. He's just going to try to punch you. Okay, he hits an armor class of 10.
Be a miss.
Are you wearing like, what are you wearing?
My armor. Chainmail.
Okay. Good to know.
With his radio words.
Yep, exactly. All right, your turn.
Alright. I hit a armor class 3.
That's a hit.
D2.
D2 plus any kind of damage adjustment from your strength, which I'm going to guess you probably don't have. No.
Nope.
So
I roll a 1.
1. All right, 1 point. All right, roll strength opposed roll, please. Beat a 31.
15.
All right. He is not knocked down. All right, and then what is the? I guess I should have asked what Shadrach and Guy's kind of gotten up there, and he's cheering on, watching the fight. Now there's 2 fist fights breaking out, and then Shadrach is a skunk there that's kind of flipping around. Go ahead, Shadrach.
It's actually Paco that points at the skunk and yells, "Skunk!"
Okay, so let's put a guy right here in that square, squaring off against Pikel. Let's remove Shadrach and let's put out the weasel down
if
here.
he sees Paco into his fisticuffs, he's going to move to punch whoever's trying to punch Pikel.
So Guy is going to be the third man in on the Pikel fight?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's good because a guy decides that he wants some of that action. So when you go to move towards Pikel, somebody else gets in the way, and he's like, rah, rah, and he squares up on you. So now we got a third Ackerman. It steps up when you get ready to move over. So I'm going to take a picture of this and send it, just so you guys can
That'll be helpful.
see, because apparently that is a good idea.
Thanks for giving the party, Vanessa. Thanks.
Yeah, we don't need to input tall ogre with this.
I saw.
So what you
I
can
saw
see,
your anus.
the
You saw my
little
beautiful white body with the tail unfurled.
white thing there in front of Paco, that's the skunk. You can see Boris and Covidius.
Skunk!
Covidius has the shield there, but his character at the time did not have a shield. And then you got Pikel there in the middle facing off, and then you got the guy that just moved over to take on Guy. Okay. The fuck? Okay. And then and no one else has got anything left to do. I think. Yeah. So we'll go to the next round. And we'll go with action. So we'll start with Guy.
Punch! Oh no, I'm kicking. I'm kicking. Like I'm attacking.
Attacking, okay. Pikel?
Attacking.
Boris?
Attacking.
Shadrach? I'm sorry. Skunk Rack.
Movement.
All right. So now
Attack.
Now everybody's involved. So let's go and have Pikel roll a d10 for me, please, for initiative.
Come on, Piper.
Beat a 3.
9.
All right. So we'll just start with the guy fighting Guy. Natural 20 explosion. Armor class of 13. That is a miss. So it's just a normal hit. Shadrach, you take a whopping 3 points of damage. Guy, you take a whopping 3 points of damage. And roll a strength check, please. That would be a 29 for my guy.
Oh, come on, Guy. Guy rolls a 30 straight up. 15 plus 15.
All right, you're not knocked down. And since no one else is involved, go ahead and strike back. And you
Guy,
said
for flavor purposes, Guy just straight kicks the guy in the chest as hard as he can.
now I will tell
Get
you.
away!
I will tell you this. If you do wish to kick, you can kick with a non-proficiency penalty, but your damage goes up because it's a considered
1d3.
I'll tell you what it goes up to, at least if I can find it.
If I remember from Kelf, it's a d3.
Well,
Plus
if anything,
strength.
he's just trying to kick the guy away from Pikel. Just that's what he's doing.
So
Get away!
do you wanna do the actual kick, or do you wanna just
Yes.
okay?
I want to just do the actual kick.
So
because I'm a good fighter, I can take the penalty.
roll to hit with a minus 2, I think it is, for being non-proficient.
-2? Okay. Alright, there's my Sacco. With a -2. I hit armor class 1.
Oh yeah, that's a hit. None of these guys are dumb enough to wear their armor on a ship, so.
I kick him good and hard, right in the chest. Ugh, get away!
So, hold on here. Let me...
After he punches me, kind of feebly. How dare you, Ackerman dog.
How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have any damage adjustment or anything, so it's straight up whatever dice I do.
Go ahead and roll a D3 for a kick, and you would add your... Oh, here it is. Okay. Small hard objects. D3. Yeah.
D3. 3.
Okay. And then also with a kick, you add a 1 to your opposed strength roll.
Come on, baby.
So this guy got a 32.
Oh, I got a 29.
Okay. So he is not knocked down even though you kick him. You come up and you kick him like in his left hip. Bam! Oh! And you did,
Yeah, like a straight kick just to push him away, yeah.
you did how many points on him? 3? Or 2?
3. I did 3 total. I rolled a 5 on a D6.
Why would you roll a D6? It's a D3 for a kick. Oh, I
Yeah,
see. I
1 and
see.
2 was 1.
You don't have a D3. I see. Okay. I
Who
see.
has a D3?
I have lots of them, and I give them out to people that don't. It's kind of like,
Oh, I've never seen
That's where I got mine, from Cobb.
okay.
I've never
So
seen
then we move over to Pykel and his Acaraman. So the Acaraman is going to try to punch the dwarf.
Hey!
And that's a natural 20! Explosion! Follows it up with hitting an armor class of 1.
And
Okay, so we get to go to the serious Jones. I would like Pykel to roll me percentile. Let's see where he punched you.
47, right? And 47.
Ooh, okay. So as he throws his punch and you go to block it, like you put your arms up and he hits you right in your right wrist. Ah! Man, that fucking hurt. You take 4 points of damage. Roll a strength check. You need to get a 32 or more.
Nope.
Okay, you are knocked down in the square, little guy. Ow!
Picking a little guy for her.
And with a soft tissue wound on your wrist, you now have a -1 to hit and damage and a 30 pounds added to the amount that you're carrying, which may affect other things. So,
I guess that goes my evening plans.
Way to
yeah.
go, Pykel.
So, that would put
Switch
you.
up. Switch
that-
it down.
That would put you at, because you're wearing your armor, that puts you at moderate. You have, your movement is reduced to only 3, and you have another -1 to your thackle, so you have a total
I
of...
think that means your carry weight, not your carry weight, because that's your wrist.
The pain and the shock of the injury is an all-encompassing thing. I don't want to get too technical on this. It's kind of
Okay.
It's kind of technical enough as it is, so you just kind of got to roll with the DM's description here.
All right.
In carpal tunnel.
So, so now you got a -2 on to
Think of like
hit.
really extreme. Uh-oh.
Okay. So Pykel, it is now your turn. You're on the ground. You can use 2 points of your 3 points of movement to stand up if you'd like.
Alright.
And
I guess
then
I'm kicking.
if you want to try to kick the guy, you certainly can. Okay, you are a priest. Your non-proficiency penalty is...
It's 3 or 4. Priests are pretty tough.
If I can find it here.
Certainly wizards and sorcerers have the worst
I
non-proficient.
thought it was the same for everyone, actually.
No, I thought it was.
No, it goes by
thought
class.
It was different based on class because a fighter can use. You know, they're used to using weapons anyway. So, and thieves and priests. I mean, I can see the progression down to like some guy that wears a diaper and doesn't know how to use a sharp stick. So.
Sharp stick. So, Pyko, roll an attack. You have a THAC-O right now of 16. What'd you roll?
I hit a 1.
Natural 1?
No, so I hit a 1. I rolled a 17.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
God damn.
at -2, you
And a 3.
rolled a 15, and that would still be enough. Oh, well, hold on. And... oh, shit. Where did I see that? God damn it.
You do a great job, Cobb. No matter what, you're fine.
There it is.
You're the juggler here. Not a...
Okay. Priest, you have a non-proficiency penalty of minus, so you're at a total of -5 with a kick. So you roll a 17, reduces it down to a 12. That hits armor class 4. That is still a hit. Roll a D3, please, for
I
damage.
roll a d4 and minus the 4.
Just roll
2.
All right. 2 points with a kick to the guy. You kick him right in his grinkle, and you almost got his nutsack, but not quite. And he shouts back, "Oh, cocksucker!" Okay. And then we go to Boris and his guy. Oh, roll a strength check, Pyko. Let's see if you knock the guy down with your kick.
16, do I have my strength?
You add your strength to your dice roll. This
All
guy
right,
got
so
a
that is a-
23.
30.
All right, yep.
Ferocious kick.
You managed to trip him up. He falls down in the square. And then we go to Boris and Covidius. So Covidius will go for another punch.
3 feet.
That hits an armor class of -5.
That's a hit.
Okay. And you take 7 points of brawling damage.
Ouch.
And you both make a strength check. He got a 26 and some change.
Oh. 23.
You are knocked down in the square, but then it's your turn. Would you like to use 2 points of movement to get up?
I will, and I will attack.
Roll it.
Actually, as to add flavor, as I'm going down, I actually do like the back of the knee grab, and I'm going for the takedown. I'm going to grapple him.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right, so let's see if you can get a hold of his knee. Roll an attack.
That hits a -2.
All right, so you got a hold of him. Now you're going to try to secure a hold. So this is an opposed attack roll. Whoever gets the lowest armor class is the winner. So he hits an armor class of -6.
I got -3.
Okay. So you grab, just like you said, you reach back and you surprise him for a second, and he's like, whoa, whoa! And then he pushes, takes his hand, and he pushes down on the back of your neck and forces like you down and back away, back into your square, and you're both standing there, and he's like, that was a good try.
You're a little tougher than I thought.
That shit ain't gonna work on me. Okay. So, where's Skunk Rack going? Anywhere? Is he still hanging out there?
Skunk was doing movement only. I was moving out into the middle of the circle.
Well,
I might get stepped on. I might get punched or kicked or nobody's drawn a weapon yet, as far as I know.
As you look around the circle, you're already in the middle of the circle because you're in the middle of 3 consecutive fistfights. And everyone's having a good time except you, apparently. So do you want to stay where you are?
Have you ever seen a skunk walk on his front feet and puts his ass up in the air and walks on his front feet? I'm going to start doing that, like walking around the edge of the circle. If anybody kicks me or hits me, I'll take it.
Oh, you're being antagonistic, eh? Roll a charisma check, please.
I'm being a skunk.
Let's see if they're scared of you or if they do try to kick you in the ass.
I rolled an 18 plus my charisma, which is 33.
All right, so this little skunk, I'm taking your word for it that a skunk will walk on its paws.
I'll send you some videos.
And it seems like the Akaramans don't want any part of that, so they're all just kind of, oh, but they're not really like leaving. They're like grabbing one guy and pushing him in front of another guy, and like using him as a shield, like, hey, blah, blah, blah. So, but yeah, there's a lot going on here right now.
Imagine a cat doing that sideways archback thing is kind of what they look like.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, no. Up on their front feet and make themselves as tall as they can and spread their tail out. I'll send a video. I've seen plenty of videos of it.
Hold on. I'll just search for it right now here. I want to see this.
Well, I'm imagining the enraged cat with its back arched and the tail straight up, skittering in a circle.
What they do, it's even crazier. They literally do a handstand and make themselves as big as they can be. It's crazy.
I've seen that.
All right, skunk walking on 2 legs. Here we go. Spotted skunk handstand. Weird nature.
There you go. Bam.
As soon as we get past this fucking
Advertisement.
It's crazy funny, but I would run from it because I know what a skunk does. I'd be like, okay, I'm done.
Let me see if I can, smoking fuck.
But we don't have any spotted skunks in Missouri. We got the regular skunks. But down here in Florida, we got both kinds. We got the regular black and white striped and the spotted ones. They both stink just as bad.
I don't know why there's a dancing sloogie here, but... Oh, there he goes!
So that's what Shad does.
That's awesome!
Yeah, and he shakes his tail.
You see it, Internet? The handstand walking skunk monkey.
Drop I'm going for. That would be effect.
Alright, well...
Like, what the fuck?
That's what you do, and everyone seems frightened of the fucking, elevated, ass blaster, so...
Just me as a person, I wouldn't try to stomp the skunk or kick the skunk. That's a big mistake.
So that's everybody. Okay. So
I had a pit bull dog that was killed by a skunk. I'll just say that right now.
As at the end of the round, there is a sharp whistle blown, and immediately all the Akaramans fall into formation, leaving you all. And
I've already sprayed once. This room's got to smell bad.
Covidius falls back into formation as well without saying anything or even like no wink,
I slap him
no
on the
nothing.
way out.
Roll to hit.
Armor class negative. 6.
Okay. And was this a love tap or was this an attempt to injure?
This was a like a push in the back of the head. Like,
Okay. And the
parting shot.
the Acaraymans all fall. Somebody's car alarm's going off. Acaraymans all fall into formation and like with their backs against the cargo.
Let me know when I can shapeshift again.
You can do that anytime.
I turn human. And help, if any of my people are all on the floor, I help them to get up.
You're quite the stinker.
Yes, indeed.
And coming from this other direction over here appears to be some very official looking individuals. One of them, Shadrach recognizes, but I don't think anyone else does. It is the Acarayman that came into your camp one time and had a conversation with Covidius about Rise.
Were you at
And
the fort when that happened?
no, this was like on the while you guys were traveling.
Oh, okay. I remember. Okay, all right. I remember now.
And he starts speaking in their language, and you all don't understand it. And
I'll shake my head.
they all kind of start to put things.
What's going on over there now?
They
Come on there, Clark.
grab all the tables and kind of push them off to the side, and then they all begin to exit and through various ways. Some people end up going like back into those doors that lead to their rooms. Others go up the steps, and then as all that's left are the guys that seem to be cleaning up, and some other guys come down with mops and buckets and start cleaning the floors, and you all are just kind of standing there bewildered as all the Acaraymans are gone. And
That
then
was fun.
the leader guy calls out for, you understand that he says, "Go Vidias!" And he walks over and begins talking to that guy. Are any of you doing anything or just kind of watching what's going on? If you're doing anything, please get my attention. Go ahead, Jason.
Shad will address the other people in the group and say, I'm sorry that had to happen. That's my fault. These people have a grudge with me, not with you. And I didn't mean to draw you into it. And next time we have dinner, I'll eat separately from you.
I'll stay with you. I'll protect you.
Thank you. Thank you, Boris. I appreciate that. I don't want you to endanger yourself on my behalf. Like I said, these people hate me because I've killed many of them. And,
They don't like any of us.
well, they hate me especially. And Covidius is part of the reason they hate me. So, I personally have no grudge with Covidius. He can go on his way. He can drown in the ocean. He can turn into a pile of dust. I don't care.
I
won't. Speak, Boris.
I like that idea.
I don't trust any of these people, and I endanger all of you by being who I am. So separate yourself from me until we reach the shore, and I think there'll be less conflict. He's like, I don't care about these rat fucks. Let them try. I'll kill half this boat. And he touches his sword.
Ovidius is
Yes.
an able warrior. I thought he was just acting tough, but he's pretty tough.
No, he's very dangerous. Very dangerous. He's a one-man army. I would describe him as that. I wouldn't fight him personally. That would be a mistake on my part. It would be...
Oh, he sure does hit hard.
So with brawling damage, you get back a point every round, but 1/4 is actual. So however much you took,
Okay.
1/4 of it stays.
Shad says, let's go on deck. It smells bad here. Sorry.
I agree. Boris will follow Shadrach.
Yeah,
I didn't want to see a problem on my behalf.
So as you guys start to walk out and heading towards one of the steps right there behind you, Covidius approaches and he says, Terminus has assured me that those responsible will be punished. He looks at Boris and he says,
Responsible for what?
Even though it was my fault for allowing you to bait me into that fight, you are not at fault because, well, you're not one of us. So...
I apologize for insulting you.
Your apologies aren't needed, and I don't accept them. Just understand that we have been ordered for that. If that will happen again, people will be thrown overboard. You won't have any further run-ins with me. And then he turns to Shadrach and says, good luck to you. You're going to need it. And
I don't need any luck from you.
He apparently has no response, and he walks over and looks like he picks up some kind of cloth off the ground and heads off the opposite direction. And you all, I guess, you said you go up and...
Are there any like rum corks around, like pieces, like corks to like beer bottles or rum bottles, or?
You start looking around on the floor of the ship here for cork?
Just in the dining area before I leave, is there like remnants of cork, or?
Oh, how about roll me a luck check? Let's see. You're rolling. You don't have a D30. Daryl, roll a D30 and add
18.
Add 7 to that, 25. Okay, so you look around for some cork and you don't see any around.
Alright.
Alright, so what do you guys do when you get up on the top of the ship?
Shad again addresses the group and says, this is all my fault. They have their grudges with me. Covidius' grudge is with me. He does not conceal himself as well as he thinks he does. I believe that at some point he will become a danger to us. He serves his people, and I do respect that, and I serve my people. I don't know if he respects that. But in any future confrontation, I will not allow him to harm any of you. He'll have to harm me first. I'm tired of this facade. We are being led to the slaughter. We don't
feel the same
reason to do us any good. We are in the hands of our worst enemy right now. And this is all I can tell you. don't even know where Vanessa is. Vanessa's gone. Does anyone know where she is? Where's Bart?
I would like Paco to make a morale check, please.
Uh-oh. Is this a plus anything?
Yeah, plus 13. D20 plus 13.
Oh. Okay, 24.
Alright. Paco remains silent.
Guy, at this moment, Guy will say, hey, what do you want us to do, Green Man? Are we just supposed to sit here and take it? How is this going to happen again? Do you know anything? What the hell? And you look at Paco and just kind of like pat him on the shoulder and say, it's all right.
Paco says, it seemed like we asked and begged to be brought here, and now you're saying we're playing into their hands and we have no control. It's like, make up our goddamn minds. Are we in charge of our own way or not? Why, as soon as something goes barely wrong, oh, we can't do it. We're done. We're just not in any control at all. Somebody else's fault.
You're wrong, Paco. This is where we should be. This is where they want us to be. And they should say that they would choose their place to fight us. They've had every opportunity.
We don't know what they don't know. Well, they don't know.
He says, there you go. You're saying they got us where we want us. We're the ones that chose to be here, so we're where we want to be. Unless you're saying we're not.
Daryl will say to him and kind of like lean down and say, yes, Paco, be quiet.
Daryl's got his hand up. Go ahead, Daryl.
Boris speaks up and says, it is scary being on their ship again, but I'm willing to take the journey to try and save my sister, and I appreciate everybody helping.
That's why we're here. And then Guy says, I'm here to help your sister, Boris. That's why I'm here, or I would have left a long time ago. And he'll look at Paco and be like, right?
Chivalry's not dead after all.
There's honor and there's honor. And I serve honor, I serve the Republic, but most of all, I serve loyalty. And I'm loyal to you, Boris, and I promised you that I would help you find your sister. And he'll look at Paco again and say, see?
My loyalty was never in question. I'm talking about people that are saying we're not in charge of ourselves.
Shadrach
will say yes. Sometimes you have to follow the wind, the waves. You have to move and take it. We're taking it right now. As soon as we land, everything will change. I promise you, Paco.
We got 4 more days.
Yes.
On this ship dealing with these Acaraymans, so I'm glad their commander told them to knock it off.
Exactly. We have an arrangement.
We should just keep to ourselves.
I agree. Like I said, these people have a grudge with me, not with you. And Guy will say, any grudge with you is a grudge with me. That's why I'm here. And you look at Boris and say, right?
And Boris got his arm around Shadrach. You know it.
Then let us go forward and be as one as a group. I lament Vanessa's draw to the other side, but I think that ultimately she'll see the right way. And I thank you all for your steadfast friendship. We'll see this through and defeat these giants, these slavers. And he'll look over at some of the crewmen and it'd be like, these Acaraymans.
I don't think defeat the giants is in the cards this time around.
I think victory is in the cards, my friend. I think we shall see victory for one way or another. And if I've drawn all of you to your deaths, then I apologize. And you may... I don't call any of you to defend me.
Well, if I die, I'll kill you.
Come on, Shorty. Come on.
You're
All right.
taller than Covidius.
Yeah. You're taller than a lot of us. And he'll pat you on the shoulder. I like you, Shorty. You got guts.
Well,
That's on the deck. What time of day is it?
The sun is set.
He says, if you'll have me with you, I'll stay with you all. But I don't want to draw any undue violence upon you.
You should probably sleep wherever we're sleeping. We should.
You mean Shadrach says that?
Yes. Says, all right.
Yeah,
I'll sleep
we
with
should
you."
stick together. They've got hammocks.
Yes, we should stick together, and even under these circumstances, I think at least one of us should stand guard.
I agree. Me and Guy and Paco could take care of that.
Shad says, I won't mind guarding myself. And so, let us retire for the evening.
I'll cast. Do I need to cast Cure Moderate and Cure Light Wounds to cure an injury like that?
Who are you asking?
Dan, do I cure light wounds or cure a minor injury like that, right?
You have the healing proficiency?
I have spells.
How badly hurt are you, Forrest?
Oh, I got a couple bruises. I'll be all right.
I'll cast Heal Light Wounds on Boris.
One of them good berries would be enough.
I'll produce a good berry because I can either do that or cast Cure Light Wounds, but that's my last good berry, folks.
Maybe you should save it.
Oh, no. Wait till we reach the foreign shore. I'm gonna start a farm.
Yeah, it says wounds or other injury types, so that's what I'll do. Cast Cure Light Wound.
When we actually land, I'm gonna throw some seeds down in Camp's plant growth.
So, do I take the berry or do you keep the berry?
I give you the berry.
How many berries did you initially give us?
That's my last one.
No, how many you gave us?
Well, they only last for a couple of days because they rot out.
Okay. Yeah, that's
But I mean, you might still have them. It's up to Cobb.
no, they're rotted by now.
Or eaten?
But that was my last good berry right there because I only had 2 left, and I ate one at the supper table, and that was the one I gave to Forrest.
Thank you.
I can still heal you if you need to be healed.
A good night's sleep will make me feel all better.
Alright, I'm healed.
Shad will cast Cleanse on himself so he doesn't stink anymore. 'Cause I'm pretty sure he stinks right now.
That also helps to heal any wounds.
Well, I also shape changed like twice in the last couple hours, so I'll be.
Yeah.
I just don't want to stink. I tried to picture that as Shad ducking under the table. Like you said, Cobb, they moved the table and there's a big old fat skunk. I was hoping I could be a giant skunk, it's only a M-sized creature, but it's okay.
Alright, so when we're retired, I guess we go back to Bart, or if he's still awake there.
Oh yeah, he's there.
No, yeah, he's been listening to this lovely action.
Waiting patiently.
So Pykel, did you cast a spell?
Yeah, I cast Cure Light Wounds on everyone.
Okay. What did you get for your D8?
I rolled a 6, so I'm good.
Okay.
It says repairs the damage and injury.
Yeah. Your wrist still hurts like fuck. All of the conditions still apply.
Oh. Does Shad notice that his wrist is, that he's still like holding his wrist and...
I would say that probably you would.
Michael, are you hurt?
Yeah, a little bit.
What caused you to notice it was that he cast the spell, and then he went and to like test his arm out, and he winced and like held his right wrist again, and is like keeping it close to him, and so yeah, something's hurt on him.
Okay. I'm trying to remember what the name of that... Come on now, help me out here, Daryl. What's that spell called?
Repair injury.
Is that the third level?
I think so.
Shadrach, do you have the healing proficiency?
Yes, I do. But I thought it was like at the moment that it happened.
You understand. Well, you can choose to do whatever you want.
I will use my healing proficiency just to look at his wrist and see what I can tell what's wrong.
All right, roll a proficiency check, please.
We're coming for you.
Again, 32.
Okay, so as you are examining Michael's wrist, you're like kind of touching it, and he's kind of wincing, and then you kind of turn it over and you look and you feel, and then you say, okay, this is gonna hurt, and you grab the top part of his arm, like at the crook of his elbow, and then your other hand, you grab the hand and you twist and jerk. Like, ow! And then Michael,
Snapping surfers.
and then Michael, you notice that the pain is gone, and you can repair a soft tissue damage with a successful healing check.
I'll do it again.
What that means, it's like, no, you don't have to do it again. Michael is like moving his wrist freely, and he's like, yeah. It's like if you have a dislocation and you pop it back or whatever. That's what you did.
And it feels all better now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little sore, but it's like something that wasn't right is now right.
Is that better, my friend?
Yeah, that worked.
I'm sorry that had to happen to you.
That's alright, wasn't what I'm gonna get you.
Chad will actually smile at you and pat your hand. I know.
Alright, I would like no one to roll a proficiency check for anything, because as you all are standing up there, you notice that there is two Acaramans that are kind of leaning against the door to where you guys came up, and Boris and
Here
Guy,
they come again.
you've seen these guys before, and I need both of you to make intelligence checks to see if you remember. That's on a D20.
I got an 18 with Gee.
Oh,
23.
Boris remembers. Okay, Boris, you remember that these guys were on the ship and they made you fight.
fought Gee.
Yeah. And you see one of them turn to the other, and in broken Southern tongue, he says, "You see, he remembers. The idiot, he remembers."
I point at him. I do remember you.
"How is it that you are here? You were dead."
The Green Man knows many things. Many obstacles have been in our path, but now we have risen.
I noticed there is
He
one.
nudges Gee.
There is one of you that apparently has not.
Gene says, "What is it, Boris?" I
We've
smell
risen.
a dog. Oh, yes. We've risen, and they'll point. Yes, I thought I smelled a dog.
Where is the third?
The turn?
Paco. Thanks, Brad.
No,
Paco stands forth and says, "I'm here."
not you, whelp. Go wait in the corner until the veterans call you forward. I'm talking about
Jesus, shut up.
the
Shut up, you dog.
the larger warrior, the one with the dark hair. Where is he?
Who the hell are you talking about?
That part doesn't ring a bell to me.
So you guys don't remember Nathan, Randy's character?
Oh, man. That wasn't on the boat, though. That was at the, I don't remember him on the boat.
I don't either.
Yeah, he was there.
I remember him being tackled when we got attacked on the land and overwhelmed, but I don't remember the boat. Okay.
We've been through a lot.
Whoever you're talking about is not with us now. Dog.
A shame. It will be nice to see all of your bones ground into meal by Caesar.
He steps up and says, "Why don't you say that to my face, dog?"
Oh, you speak so bravely now that you know that we are all under the thumb of the commander. Please, your false bravado makes you look weak and foolish.
I'm gonna step up on him some more. Am I foolish? Here I am. Call your commander. I free you from that. Why don't you fight me, you dog? You're so tough. And your words.
It would be
hide
like
behind your.
it would be like fighting an insect. You are a puny member of this other place. You do not even deserve my spit. I would fuck you dry. That is what I think of you.
Paco, take off my armor. I'm gonna show this dog.
Roll a morale
I don't
check
think
for Paco, please.
Paco rolled a 19.
Okay.
Ew.
He says he's setting you up, my lord. I refuse to allow you to go down that path. If I'm truly a knight, then you shouldn't be able to just order me around. Make up your goddamn mind. And he throws his fucking fists in the air and he storms off.
You pig dog, I'll have you. I'll have you.
You'll have nothing.
You'll pay for this.
You'll have nothing and like it. The fact
I look
that
at Boris and just shrug.
it will be fun to watch you die a second time. Only this time I will cheer as your blood drips in the pits of Arrakis.
I'll remember you now.
No, you won't. You can't even remember the third member of your party when you were captured. You weak-willed, mush-brained piece of dog shit. And the one starts laughing and speaks and and the one's like, oh, and the one laughs, dog shit.
Well, Boris?
Boris also laughs.
They turn and walk away.
They're just trying to pick a fight.
Right about the time that two other guys come out that they have short swords and these small buckler shields but no armor, and they're kind of looking around and and they point over at you guys.
I give them the...
J.
Roll me a charisma check at disadvantage, please. Please roll a natural one, please.
I did.
Yes! Roll it again! Roll it again! Implode! Implode!
Oh, rolled an 18 this time, so whatever that is.
Alright.
Yeah, I basically flipped him off and was like, fuck you.
He's just screaming for shackles.
Yes, he is. So...
I saw what happened. Yeah.
One of them turns and goes into the doors there, while the other one kind of puts his hand, he fingers his weapon.
I have no weapon in my hand.
A short time later,
drawn a weapon yet?
Terminus and Covidius and about 6 other Acharamans armed come out, and Covidius is like, you can't fucking shut up, can you? You can't fucking shut up. Guess what? Fucking go to your room. Don't fucking come out. If they fucking catch you outside of your room, you're going to get thrown in chains for the rest of the trip. You understand? He says, test me. Test us all, motherfucker. You don't get to just do and say what you want. You're not in your fucking land anymore. How come these other motherfuckers can be quiet and you can't? Because you think you're better than them? Or you're owed something? Well, you're not. Be glad you're fucking alive. Now, do I need to escort you down to your room, or can you find your way there?
Come on, Boris. The air up here is no good either.
I'm ready to retire.
Come on.
Okay, you guys need to tell me what you're doing.
Shot of crickets.
We're going... He just turns his back and walks below deck.
All right. And
I thought we was already there.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I thought we were... Okay, that's fine. He just goes to his hammock.
I was under the impression you guys went topside.
I kind of thought that, but
My bad.
I kind of thought that, but then I thought it was like a stairwell thing. But that's fine. He will go back down to his hammock and say, fuck it.
All right.
He gets it. He sees what the deal is.
Boris retires.
What about Pikel?
Python, go to bed.
Gets drunk and falls overboard.
Okay.
You might wanna sleep with something small there, Shadrach, and hide somewhere good.
Shadrach says, I'm not going to hide.
I'll take first watch.
He says, I'll take second watch.
So there's
I'll take no watch.
fingers cut off stealing. And...
Okay. Damn these Raymans. I hate them.
This is real.
Like you said,
Oh, that's weird.
we're in their world now. We're at their hands. We just have to take the ride.
Okay, I
He
need.
whispers to Boris, we can take this ship right now. And then just kind of shrugs and settles down.
All right, so you guys, Boris is gonna just kind of stay up in the room, I guess.
Yeah, he'll stay awake for a while, and then after he thinks the 6 or 8 hours has gone by, he'll wake up Guy and say,
Okay.
hey man, I'm gonna go to sleep now.
Yeah.
Shadrach or Guy, I need you to roll me one last d20.
Uh-oh.
Don't roll a 1,
I rolled
please.
a 12. Whatever.
Okay. So, as you're starting to prepare to go to sleep, the door opens up, and Boris, you didn't hear anybody approaching, so you need to roll me a d10.
Nine.
Okay.
Ooh.
You go to open the door, and standing outside the door is Paco, who is reaching for the door, and it's just for like you're like whoa,
Oh, hey there.
and then
Where were you?
he says I was just needed to calm down. And then he kind of heads over to one of the empty hammocks and starts getting ready for bed. And unless anyone has anything else they want to do before they turn in, then that's it.
Bang your lady. Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
we'll go back over to we'll go back over
Roll
to
d20.
we'll go back over to Bart. So Bart, you and your wife have some time together, and you talk about how the kingdom has been fairly, I don't know if normal's the right word, but like quiet, and things are going fine. The crops over the past few years have been good, and the people seem content with there not being any threats. There has not been any sightings of any of the Aracocras, the bird-like people that sometimes you have to fend off from them coming and attacking some of the tree cities and villages. And she asks about what you've been off doing all this time. How much do you tell her?
I'll tell her everything what the hell I'm gonna die. I go into detail. I pop in every now and then,
Well,
more than every 15 years, really. But yeah.
I mean, if you want to,
That's at least once a year.
if you want to if you want to have more specific things, that would be for you to let me know. Otherwise, I just have to make up stuff. So, there's not much I can do other than try to make something coherent and that makes sense.
Right. That's cool. I think especially with the blackout thing, I stop in at least once a year. Or if anything significant's going on. Like this.
She asks about is there any news other than what you have brought to our attention that I should be aware of? Any possible, are you thinking that the giants would come this far north?
I'm not sure. They might. It depends on how much I store the pot down here or fix things. So, I don't know. I'm going to try to get everybody prepared just in case.
She says, if you had to do it all over again, would you change anything?
No. I don't believe I would. It's been beneficial for everybody, really, except for these Aggranians and giants doing slaving up and down the coast. I might be able to fix it with a tribute. You got the tribute they were offering the dragons. We'll offer it back to them for maybe some relief on the coast. Gonna try diplomacy first. Reasoning with giants is like reasoning with dragons.
What will you do if that doesn't work?
Go nuclear?
What does that mean?
Blast my way out and run.
Are you thinking that they won't have had time to prepare?
I'm sure they had plenty of time to prepare, but I don't know. I'm kind of revered and feared, so I don't know. I'm trying to go on what I've been feeling as we're going down through here, so. It could go either way, though.
Are you sitting in the dark?
I'm on my back porch just smoking.
Ah, I see.
It's cool, but anyway.
And
I mean,
what about
worst comes to worst, I'll end up here, so.
what about this stone that you found?
Stone? Well, you always gotta get done, usually.
Do you think by you getting involved that they could somehow learn of the existence of the egg?
No, not really. I don't think so. They might be able to, but unless I use it or something like that, I don't see why they would even suspect us having it. Or having access to it.
And what of this mother-daughter reunion?
I don't know how to think about. I don't know what to think about that. I know finesse is on our side all the way, so.
Why? How can you be so sure?
I don't know. It's just their taste. She seems pretty devout.
if your family came to you and offered you a choice between family or anything else, would you not pick
my choice.
Would you not pick your family?
Yeah, but your family's been estranged for quite some time. And she's done some pretty awful things. That's pretty much dead set against Vanessa. So. But then again, she is over, so she gets blocked. Well, I don't trust the key. It's a loudmouth, hothead. You're gonna get us in trouble.
Reminds me of your old friend Jakara.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jakara learned to take fireballs quite well.
Oh dear.
Would you be
I learned it. Spread it up the ground.
Would you be willing to snuff him out the way you did Jakara?
Huh?
Would you be willing to snuff him out the way you did Jakara?
Well, I don't know. If it comes down to me or him, yeah. Maybe. It's a short lifespan. I don't know. He's lived a good life so far.
You've never had the best of relationships with the nobility of the human cultures. And you've just expressed that he may be an issue.
Because I am a VXD.
Is that the kind of person you want to travel with? One that could possibly put your entire mission in danger?
Well, he could be useful. He has a tin can. Three-big sword. Not necessarily. I'd rather have elves on my side, but you know, y'all want to hang out in trees. It's all good.
Trees, man.
You know, we don't have to live here.
I know. I like it here. It's peaceful. It's a sharp contrast to everything outside here.
Is there anything I can say to make you stay?
I don't know. I need to finish this off anyways. At least finish up the loose ends I've created.
Very well.
I mean, I caused a problem down there. I need to fix it. To some extent, anyway. It's not fair they're taking these people from their villages, away from their homes, making them serve them.
I'm sure that you're probably already thinking there's only one way that this is going to go.
Yeah. I'm hoping for the best, but I'm afraid it's going to be explosive.
Are you...
I'm just afraid of what happens if we take out Caesar.
I don't know how long that these people that you come in contact with, they have such short memories or something. They don't seem to ever catch on to the fact that you're the only one that ever makes it out alive. I remember you talking fondly about your friends so many years ago. I mean, when was the last time you spoke to Percival?
It's been a while.
And what about Woody?
Woody. Been a long time. Woody's probably gone by now.
Ewan?
Hmm?
Ewan? How's he?
Ewan? Huh?
Yeah. Ewan. You haven't spent enough time in reverie. You don't remember them.
Yeah. I remember how long?
And what about your friend Gaspar?
Gaspar. He lives out in the desert. I see him every once in a while.
He must be getting close to the end of his life.
Several times over. He does do the dark magic, you know.
I only know what you tell me, dear husband. You say you tell me everything, but we both know that's not true.
Well,
But
some of you know. Huh? Some of it's pretty dark. Try to keep it away from there.
who else have you traveled with and are no longer around?
Yeah. Like
Jason has his
Okay.
hand up. Hold on. Jason has his hand up.
What's Kenny's character's name?
Wham.
huh?
Kenny's character. He was the one that lightning helped this lightning bolt Jakara that one time. Kenny.
Wham.
All right, let's let Brad play a little bit here. So, at some point, my love, if nothing becomes of this marriage, and I don't feel like you're going to be around to help raise a child, I can't go on like this. I can't go on like this forever.
This is my last ride, I believe. I'm gonna come home from that trip to go where the child.
Don't make promises you can't keep. That's why I'm not going to ask you to make me a promise. I'm only telling you that even elves can run out of patience.
I know.
I'm coming up on my 150th summer.
Is that much energy?
Most of my friends have started families.
Is that much younger than me?
What'd you say?
She's that much younger than me?
She's pretty young.
How old is Bart?
199.
I thought you were like 300 years old.
No,
Oh, you're just a young sprout.
kind of, yeah.
Well, before you leave, make sure you say to me whatever it is that you think I need to hear in case it's the last time.
Oh.
I don't want any distractions for you when you're on the road. I would rather you come home safe and all in one piece.
Oh, she won't say. I have a contingency.
Yes, and it shows in your face, my love. I don't even know how many times you have come back from the great beyond. I only know of twice that you've told me about, but your face shows more. And I've noticed that as the years and the times go past, there are things that you have trouble doing that you used to not.
Oh, Bart.
What?
Oh, the shit you've seen.
Yeah.
So, if you can, please, if you can't say it, then write me a note and leave it when you leave, and I will read it after you're gone. But enough of this. Let us relax and have a revelry together tonight, at least.
Oh, good.
And she moves to embrace you, and
I'm bracing.
you sure you don't punch?
Oh,
you,
Kiss
don't,
her, you fool.
you don't punch her in the neck?
Come on, man. Make a baby, man. Come on, Bart. Make baby Bart.
All right, very good.
Gaspar's the Godfather.
All right, I need one last thing. Boris, how late are you staying up on watch?
It's hard to tell time in the...
It sure
Bart was
is.
first watch and Eve was second watch.
It's hard to tell time when you're inside of a ship.
I stay awake until I can't anymore, and then I wake up Key.
All right.
Hey, man.
And
What the
Gee,
hell? Is there another bar fight? What?
Gee, how long do you stay awake at night without knowing what time
I
it is?
stay awake till sunrise if I can.
All right. Make me a wisdom check, please.
Wisdom?
Yep.
Oh, God, what's Guy's wisdom? Now you got me. I've never had to do a Guy wisdom check before.
Maybe that's...
Oh, wow, I got more wisdom than intelligence. All right. I rolled a grand total of 23.
All right. Okay, so I need...
I'm gonna say you're a role play it perfectly.
Boris, roll a D20.
3.
All right. So, nope. Guy, you stay awake, and then eventually you start to hear people walking around and on the deck above and out in the open area of the lower decks, and you guys all awake, and If you were missing any
Yeah,
hit
I'll
points,
give a
you
boot to Paco, and Pike will be like, hey,
Game
come on,
one.
shorty.
if you were missing any hit points, you gain one back, and that is the dawn of a new day. And that's where we will stop because it's already 9 o'clock, and I have no children. What's his name? Is on vacation with his mom in Florida. So,
What's his name?
what is his name?
That one.
That one that's like. "Geek."
Roll a D20, cop. Roll a D20.
All right. What kind of check is it?
It's all intelligence.
Oh fuck! I got a -3. Oh, I rolled good though. Even with my -3, I rolled a 15. So
Isaiah.
15, no. Fail, dude.
still a failure. Oh, yep. All right.
15, that's pretty weak.
Okay.
Keep on session, fellas.
Any final thoughts before we wrap up tonight's episode? Daryl's giving it 2 thumbs up. That's good.
I didn't try to like override the skunk effect. I just wanted to have like an epic moment where like the skunk broke out with like some epic music and people like fled for the exits.
Well, in hindsight, I should have played
Nope.
Boots Randolph.
The skunk appeared and people in Roman armor shit their pants.
Now
So
that I know
I
that,
was looking for that.
yeah, now that I know that skunks can walk on their front feet, it's like definitely playing the Benny Hill jam. All right,
That
well,
was the effect I was going for. Oh my God! What the hell is the skunk doing?
and then one last thing I noticed in the thread on Messenger that Jason was asking about playing on a Saturday. So, Brad had said that he was
Let's
okay
go
with
for
it.
April. In April, let's go for an early week in April.
How are you on that, Clark?
I have no idea. I'd probably make it happen.
You got to pick a Friday or a Saturday. I'm good for either one,
I'm
but
good with
let
any
me
day, so
know.
I'll talk to the wife, see what we got.
Yeah, that would be my suggestion. Clark, get it good at home. That way there's no fucking, but you said thing. Just that way we can get a yes or a no. And then,
All right.
because I think Daryl had said that he was okay with doing a night as well. So,
Yeah, Daryl's good, and after the end of the month, because he's going fishing and stuff, and I was like, just go fishing. I'm not demanding anything. I'm not making any kind of, but hey, I'd like to do a good long session sometime. So
Clark, you got it to do. Find out about like the last Saturday of April. See if you can work that out.
we can, anytime in April, but give me like a week's notice. That's all I ask.
Well, the reason I'm asking Clark to work it out is because that way he can say yes or no, so you don't ask, and then we can't do it, Jason. That's why I'm saying.
I just need to just give me the day, and I'll pleat that sucker in there.
Yeah. All right. Okay, Clark, you have a homework assignment, so there you go.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Good game. I'll see y'all next week.
Love y'all.
Thanks for watching, Internet. We'll catch you next time.